Victory Basketball is on the air, streaming live from the OSSAA 4A Basketball Playoffs. This is the Victory Live Streaming Network. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Road to the State Playoff Games. My name is Al Cap, and my broadcast partner is Mike McNamer, but he's on assignment elsewhere, so I'll have a guest broadcaster, and together we'll bring you the exciting play-by-play analysis of tonight's basketball game. Victory brings a great regular season record into the playoffs and is currently sitting in the top 10 of the 4A rankings. But tonight, excitement's in the air. All of these games are on the road, and whichever team can overcome the traveling and playing on a different gym will have the advantage. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to the Victory Live Streaming Network. Okay, well, I'm here with head girls basketball coach Ed Calhoun. And Coach, the regular season's over. The playoffs have begun. Victory's won their district game on Saturday night versus Blackwell in convincing fashion. But now the regionals start and the playoff games get a little more difficult. How do you think we're going to do here Thursday night?
Well, Al, I think we got a chance to do pretty well. Mount St. Mary's is going to be a step up from Blackwell. They've got a couple players on their team that are excellent scorers. They've got a young lady that would probably start for us and arguably maybe be one of our better players. That's very versatile. She can play inside and out. She has a very quick release from the perimeter. Very excellent athlete, about 5'9", 5'10", runs the floor well, finishes in a variety of fashions. We'll have a difficult time stopping her, so we'll have to make sure that we do that. And then they have another young lady who's an excellent three-point shooter and plays well around the basket. She's about 5'8". I would say that in the realm of the auxiliary players, I feel that we have an advantage. I think when we're talking about our third player through our eighth player, we are better than they are. But again, that's on paper. Got to play the game out. Okay,
well, let's talk about our seniors. We're going to talk a little bit more about Loranda Thomas in just a second here, but let's talk about the other seniors that we've got. Michaela Crow, Casey Key, Alexis Wade, and Alicia Jones. Now, what do the seniors bring to the court when they're playing basketball for the Conquerors?
Well, first of all, what a senior brings in their senior year that nobody else really has the ability to bring is a sense of urgency. They understand that this is their last go-around. So the effort that you get, the focus that you get is enhanced. And this is our first senior class. We haven't had a senior class since I've been here. We had 2 players my first year, but it's your first year, so they're not really yours. We only had 1 player, Bailey Bergman, my second year, and 1 player, Warren McKenzie, last year. So now we've got 5 seniors, and that all of them have seen some realm of playing time since their freshman year. All of them have seen significant playing time since their sophomore year. So they're an extremely experienced group. They're a very mature group. And we're talking auxiliary players. And when I say auxiliary player, you have who's kind of viewed as your stars, your main scorers who get the most recognition. That would be Loranda and Casey. Then you have your dirty work players, your Alicia Jones, your Alexis Wade, your Michaela Crow. And they have to buy into those roles. These are 3 girls in Alicia, Alexis, and Michaela that have 100% bought into the roles. They know what their jobs are. They know they're to play incredibly difficult, hard defense. They're to set great screens on offense. They look for their scoring opportunities. But they understand that Loranda and Casey are our main scorers. But they are to complement them. And so they have the maturity to accept that role, lead in that role, and then that filters down to the younger girls to kind of see that. So I couldn't be more confident going into playoffs because I've got 5 seniors that all know, accept their role, buy into the role, and lead others in their example and in their encouragement to play their roles and play it as hard as they can.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about Loranda Thomas. I mean, as a 9th grader, when I saw her step on the court, I think the first time she touched the ball, she went in for a layup with that little finger roll she does. She was awesome. And now she's a senior. And, you talked about continuity just a minute ago, but tell us what she brings to this class and to your team.
Well, this is my 4th program to build, Al. And every program, when you build it from, which is basically crumbled, I'm kind of the opposite of the intelligent coaches. The intelligent coaches, they talent scout and say, okay, there's a lot of talent here. I'm going to go there when that job opening comes open. God somehow says, hey, you're going to go where it's terrible, and then you got to build from nothing. But you have to find a cornerstone, and that's our Christian faith. Jesus Christ is our cornerstone. But anything that you build on, if you want to create greatness where there's not greatness, you got to have a cornerstone. And without any shadow of a doubt, Lorraine has been our cornerstone from the very beginning. We put by far the majority of pressure upon her. She's a point guard, but she's, with the exception of her sophomore year when Bailey Bergman led us in scoring, Lorraine has always been our leading scorer. And so the pressure is on her, not just defensively, not just offensively, to lead us in assists, to be one of our leading rebounders, to generally always lead us in steals, and be our leading scorer. So there's a tremendous amount of pressure upon her, but she has this unbelievable disposition. Never had a kid like this before in my life. And so she truly is worth receiving the recognition of her position, because none of her teammates will ever be jealous of her, because she's also the most giving and caring and loving and servant-filled leader that you could ever be around. Every one of her teammates knows that she would give anything and everything that she has for her teammate. So she's earned the right to receive whatever recognition she receives, because she doesn't gloat in it. She wants to spread it out to her teammates. There has never been a practice, there has never been a game, while she hasn't always played fantastic, there's never been a time when she has not given her maximum effort. And in the leadership realm, so if you're going to have a cornerstone, yeah, you want to have talent. But if your cornerstone can also be the hardest worker, then you really got something special that you can build upon. And that's why we've been able to go from 4 wins the year before I got here to now we're 20-4 going into regionals. And it has been built on her. She has been the cornerstone of this program. And she's going to be sorely missed, but she's going to leave a legacy that's going to last a long, long, long time.
Well, Coach, we appreciate this interview, and blessings to you and the rest of your team as we go throughout the playoffs. I call this the road to state, because I hope that we make a deep run in state with the girls team. So thank you very much. Okay, well, I'm here with Victory Athletic Director and head boys basketball coach, Ryan Wakely. And Coach, the regular season's over. Now it's playoff time. That's just a whole different ball game, isn't it? Tell us a little bit about how you're preparing your team for the playoffs.
It's been a good year. Finished the regular season 19-4. Won our first playoff game last Saturday against Blackwell, and we're just trying to refine and just tighten everything up, I guess, this time of year. We've got most everything in that we want in, and just trying to get a little better at each of those things, so we're getting better each and every day.
Talk a little bit about your seniors and what they bring to the court. We've got 3 seniors, Chris Crawford, Jacoby Hicks, Emmanuel Adeshikon, and all 3 of them, you've been coaching them since they were little. Tell us what they bring to the court and how they stabilize your team.
First and foremost, they're all great young men, which provides great leadership for our team. Chris Crawford, going to ORU, outstanding player, our leading scorer, handles the ball a lot for us and is our go-to guy. And then Jacoby Hicks is generally going to guard the other team's best player. Does a great job for us. Just a great hustle player, hits a big shot when you need him to, and just always seems to be in the right place at the right time. And Emmanuel Adeshikon comes off the bench for us, just does an outstanding job. Comes in, provides some great athletic, energy out on the court, and just provides us with some great depth that just makes us a very quality team.
Seems like this year's team has a lot of depth as far as scoring, but also they play pretty good defense too. And so I'm kind of wondering, what's the difference between this team and last year's state playoff team? What's the difference there in the Conquerors this year?
I think we have the ability to score the basketball a little bit better. We shoot the ball better. We're able to spread the floor a little bit more, provide some more lanes offensively. And I think we're just as good or maybe a little bit better defensively than we were last year. And I will say this about this team this year. Every time we've had a game, they've stepped out there and been ready to play. They're ready to go every time there's a game. Every time we step out there at practice, they're generally giving great effort, which then in turn leads to great things out on the court during game days.
Okay, we'll get you out on this one. Tell us a little bit about what you say to your team, on the bus trip on the way down there to the very first game. And then as we make a run here, if we can make a run, tell us what you say to the team each game kind of as we go on into the state tournament to kind of get them ready to go.
We've kind of had a tradition that we sort of take some time before the game, minute to 2 minutes, where we just close our eyes and have a moment of, where all we're doing is thinking about the game. And then we talk through the steps that we have of what our ultimate goal is of winning the state championship. And we talk about, so this Thursday we'll be going against Mount St. Mary's, it's the second step on the 7 steps that we want to take towards winning a state championship. And if we want to reach that 7th step, we have to take care of business tonight and get them focused in and understand and focus on all the little things that we have to do throughout the game so that we can be successful and get that W at the end of it.
Okay, head basketball coach Ryan Wakely. Coach, sure appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, folks, we are broadcasting live from Kingfisher, Oklahoma, Kingfisher High School Stadium. I tell you what, folks, this is an enormous crowd here. Kingfisher has brought so many people. The Victory Conqueror girls won a close one over the Woodward Boomers, and now the Victory Conqueror boys are playing against the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. And my name is Al Cap. My broadcast partner is Gabe Cap. Mike McNeighbor sitting right next to us. He's going to take over at halftime, and I'll tell you what, folks, this is going to be a well of a game, the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. Regional finals right here, folks, for the boys, Area 1 4A OSSAA Championship. Here it is. Opening tip just about to come right here. And the Victory Conquerors are looking to move on to play Friday. The girls have already advanced. They're going to play Friday. It's going to be a tough game here into a hostile crowd. Let's see how Victory responds to start the game. Here are the Yellow Jackets. Moving the ball in and around. A quick three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Jacoby Hicks. Off to Chris Crawford. Chris Crawford's going to take the ball straight into the hole, no good. He kind of pushed that up toward the very, very end right there. And didn't get the basket. Kingfisher's got the ball. And they are content to just dribble the ball outside the three-point line. Now going out to the baseline. Blocked by Keith Calhoun. Good block there, good defense. Victory's playing a tight man-to-man. And I think they're going to see what Keith was way off from him, though. Did you see that? He was way off about 6 or 7 feet off from him. As soon as he looked like he was going to pop up and take that shot, he's got a lot of length, so that helps. And an offensive foul there called on Kingfisher. Good defense there. Step over and take that charge. And now here are the Conquerors with the ball. Chris Crawford. 7 minutes and 13 seconds left to play. Here's Chris Crawford driving straight to the hole, up and good. And the Conquerors get the first basket up 2-0. 7 minutes and 2 seconds left to play here. And here comes Kingfisher quickly across the half-court line. Off to the wing. Now inside. Three-point line, long three, up and no good. Rebound, Chris Crawford. And there's no foul there. It should have been a foul. Here comes Keith Calhoun. A long three, no good. Inside rebound by the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. 6 minutes and 39 seconds left to play. Victory there, settled for a deep three. They really need to try to keep going to the basket. That's where they've had the advantage so far. And now here is Kingfisher. Taking the ball, just holding the ball. 6 minutes and 25 seconds left to play. Here is a shot, no good, and it's going to be drop in good. Ties the score, 2-2. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to play. Interesting, a nice slow offense. They just run a pick and roll. Interesting to see what else they have here. Here's Eli Freeman with the ball. He goes straight into the hole. Back out to Jacoby Hicks, and now a turnover. Tried to get the ball inside to John Michael Terry. That was going to be his first touch on the ball, but bounced back out. Good defense by the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. And here is a basket to the hole. Good, and a foul by Keith Calhoun. They're allowing too much penetration by number 23, Braden Shepard, their point guard. He's a senior, and he just got penetration and finished the layup, and that was a good play. Victory's got to stop that penetration up front. Kingfisher up by 2. Rebound Jacoby Hicks. Off quickly to Keith Calhoun, who takes the ball. Dribbles back out to Chris Crawford now, who thinks about a 3. Here's Jacoby Hicks on a long 3, no good. Off the front of the rim. Another quick shot by Victory. They need to be patient, need to work this defense. And here is Kingfisher going straight to the hole, manning up with John Michael Terry. Shot was blocked by John Michael Terry, but he got the foul. Oh, and if he wouldn't have gone for that block, it would have gone straight up. That was a bad shot that they forced him into. Didn't need to foul there because he was already all the way down at the baseline. First free throw up and good. And just like in the girls' game, the home team is going to take a longer lead right here, 5-2. Second free throw up and good, 6-2. 5 minutes, 32 seconds left to play. Conquerors down by 4. So let's see what they're going to do here. Chris Crawford, long 3, up and no good, rattles out. Kingfisher with the rebound. 5 minutes, 19 seconds left to play. There's a turnover and a quick foul. And that's a couple of times now. Their point guard's gotten around Chris Crawford, Christie to stay in front instead of reaching around for that. Questionable call, but it still didn't look very good. Third team foul on the Conquerors. That foul was on number 1, Chris Crawford. I thought he kind of got all ball right there, but he didn't. Now the Yellow Jackets in on the baseline. I've got the ball in now at the three-point line, waiting for a little bit of pressure. Holding the ball. 4 minutes, 57 seconds left to play. John Michael Terry out way wide, inside to the Conquerors. He throws it. John Michael Terry, a good play, throws it off the Kingfisher man off his knee, out of bounds to the Conquerors. Down by 4. 6-2 right now, early in this first quarter. 4 minutes and 47 seconds left to play. Kingfisher's trying to slow this game down, which is probably what they should be doing. They don't want Victory to up and run, and they've had some advantage here. Here is Chris Crawford now. He turns the ball over. Tough defense by the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. And he gets the ball now. He's going to take the ball up to past the half-court line. Looking content to try to work the ball in. Chris Crawford got the ball, and now it's almost a turnover. And he's going to dribble the ball in and pass now out to the top of the key again. So just content to kind of work a little bit of clock. Realize they got a 4-point lead. And another block by Keith Calhoun. He's waiting for it to line up. He's got that length that went over and made the block again. The slow release by that corner 3-man. He's got to work a pump fake, but even then, Keith Calhoun didn't jump that high. Nice block. Second block by Keith Calhoun in the same fashion. And here is Woodward. Keith has got his hand on the ball. Now back out to the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets at the top of the key. Content to just run a little bit of clock. And a game with the no shot clock, I think that's what they're going to do. That's going to be their game. They know they probably can't run with the Conquerors, but they sure can throw the ball out here and wait till they get a nice shot. With a 4-point lead, who cares what they do? Now back out to the top of the key. They are really slowing this game down. They're trying to get John Michael Terry on a mismatch with their best player, power forward Jason Sternberger. And here are the Yellow Jackets just content to dribble the ball around. Conquerors are looking to throw the ball in. Should have been a travel right there, no call. Rebound Keith Calhoun. Let's see what the Conquerors can do on offense here. Here comes Keith over to Jacoby Hicks, in and good. So the Conquerors get their second bucket of the night, 8-2. Although they put it on the wrong side, 6-4. And Conquerors pull within 2. Late in this first quarter, 2 minutes and 47 seconds left to play. The Yellow Jackets are just content to run the clock. And here's a tie-up by Keith Calhoun, playing a well of a game. Couple of block shots. Nice dish on the offensive side of the ball over there, and now a tie-up. So the Conquerors look to tie or take the lead here with this possession. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left to play. Down by 2, 6-4. Conquerors are looking. No touches by John Michael Terry. Even Eli Freeman hasn't had a lot of touches. And now he's got the ball at the top of the key. He's a pretty good dribbler. Throws the ball out to Chris Crawford. And now John Michael Terry sets the screen for Chris Crawford. Back over to Keith Calhoun now. He takes the ball inside the paint, up and no good. Rebound, Kingfisher. Keith hesitated there a little bit when he was up in the air. Thought he was going to get contact. He didn't get it.
Didn't get the contact, went to his right side, which is his offhand, and missed the shot. But a good drive there. You're getting the ball inside, which is what you want.
And now here are the Kingfisher. They get the ball inside, no good. Rebound, Jacoby Hicks, and it's going to be Woodward ball. Or check that. It's going to be Kingfisher ball.
Kingfisher coach really calling for a foul there, but it looks like pretty good defense. Going to be an interesting chess match as they go back and forth.
All right, so here we go. Here into the ball game for the first time. R.J. Wakely, number 23, and also number 10, Emmanuel Adeshikon.
And Chris Crawford just picked up his second foul. That is trouble there for the Conquerors as the best player gets number 2.
Second foul on Chris Crawford. He's got 2 points. And first free throw up and no good.
2 fouls in the first quarter is not good, because if you get that third, then you've got to sit for a while.
Here is the second free throw up and drips in good. And now here is Chris Crawford with the ball. 1:51 left to play. Down by 3. 4-7. Here's Chris Crawford driving into the lane. Good! And he gets the foul.
Good drive there by Chris. He's got to be careful. Watch for an offensive foul. But that was all a good drive there.
That's kind of Chris's bread and butter. That's what I've seen all year long. He waits for that lane. When that lane opens up, he drives into the lane. He takes it to the hole, gets the foul, or makes the basket.
Yeah.
And he makes the free throw. Did he make the free throw? That's 7-7 now. And Chris Crawford out of the game for a little bit of a rest.
He doesn't want to come out, but with 1:45 to go, this is actually a good move. Sit him out. Don't pick up a cheap foul towards the end of the first quarter here. You don't want to pick up that 3 early.
All right, here are the Conquerors now on defense. Kingfisher with the ball, 1:33. Probably content just to run the clock down here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see why not. 7-7 is the score. And they are content to shoot for last shot right here.
And you can tell Kingfisher's got a game plan. Their game is to slow this game down, ugly it up, try and get that lead, and then try to force victory into taking bad shots.
Here's a turnover. R.J. Wakely's got the ball. And he's going to take the ball. Pretty good dribbler. Dribbles past the half-court line over to Jacoby Hicks. Over 2 in the first time of the ball game, Caleb Calhoun. Here's Keith Calhoun driving to the hole, and he's going to be a travel or an offensive foul.
He took one jump, hot jump too many, and their big man was set up, ready to take that charge. Good defense there. He's got to be able to take that jump stop and make a pass instead of going into that defender.
And that's going to be Keith Calhoun's last play of this first quarter. He's going to be subbed in by Eli Freeman. Keith has got 2 fouls. And Kingfisher's got the ball with 56 seconds left to play in this opening quarter. They got the ball, dribble up past the half-court line. Emmanuel Adeshikon on the ball. Should be able to get the turnover. We do. Here comes to Caleb Calhoun. He takes the ball, dribbles back out to Jacoby Hicks. 40 seconds left to play. Inside to Emmanuel Adeshikon. He takes the ball, dribbles, and it's going to be travel call. I kind of saw that coming, Gabe. Yeah. I don't know why he tried to do that. It was double teamed right down there. Dish it back out and try it again.
If you can't pivot and you can't pivot through that double team, you've got to get that ball out, reverse the ball, and that's where someone's going to be open.
Pretty good defense put on by Eli Freeman. We got a turnover last time. Here comes Kingfisher now. Content to hold the ball. We've got a checking foul on Emmanuel Adeshikon.
And he just got beat around the corner. You got to move those feet. You can't have any contact right there. Victory's got 6 team fouls right now. So Kingfisher's going to be shooting 1-1 on any next foul.
19 seconds left to play. High score, 7-7. Close ball game so far. Kingfisher up big, 7-2 at first, and then the Conquerors have come back now to tie the game. 9 seconds, 8 seconds left to play in this first quarter. Here's Eli Freeman, an offensive, got him on right there. I like that call, Mike.
Yeah, that was good defense. That time he did move his feet, got in front. Now they got 5 seconds. We'll see what Chris can do here. Chris is subbing back in with 5 seconds to go. Just don't want him to pick up an offensive foul here.
Actually, I like Eli Freeman's speed on that right there.
Yeah.
He did a real good job of putting that in. Here's Chris Crawford taking the shot up and no good. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, folks. 7-7. And I tell you what, we are in a dogfight here. If we had the Rocky Balboa music playing right here, you know, this would be what it is. We had the same kind of thing, tension going on in the girls' game earlier, folks, which the girls won. And they advanced on Friday to the area final. The winner of that one goes to state. So the girls have a good chance of playing, and I think they play Anadarko. Anadarko 6:30 are the Conquerors. And now here is about 8 minutes left to play in the second quarter.
Going to be interesting to see what Victory does here. After the first quarter, you kind of see Kingfisher's game plan. Now, they're going to start to get a little antsy. Victory, they need to keep that defense up. But really, if it's a tie game or a close game, Victory's speed can turn into easy baskets real quickly. So if Kingfisher wants to shorten this game, I don't think Coach Wakely's going to try to stop them. They're going to try to force turnovers. We forced 3 or 4 turnovers with some block shots, with some steals, with some missed baskets, and then we're getting easy buckets. So we just need to wait and pick our spot, pick up the pressure where we can, but you don't want to have any fouls here, and then we can go get layups on the other end.
Alternating possession gives the ball to the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. This is their home court. They are playing in the regional finals right here against the Victory Conquerors. 7-7 is the score. Kingfisher content to just pass the ball, weave it out, in and out, try to find a gap, and try to do that. Conquerors are trying to get a turnover, and they got one. Caleb Calhoun over to Eli Freeman. He's going to go up and good!
Good defense there. Good defense turns into fast offense there. Good defense.
Freshman to sophomore. Caleb Calhoun, a freshman. Eli Freeman, a sophomore. Nice defense by the Conquerors. And now inside pass to the baseline. Goes Kingfisher, no good, but there's a foul on, it looks like R.J. Wakely. Let's see if they're going to call this one on. 23, that's R.J., he's a freshman. First personal on him.
And you see immediately, as soon as Victory get that lead, it's starting to speed things up, which is what Victory wants to do. They just need to start extending that lead up a little bit, keep that tempo up, and then that's going to make Kingfisher have to move up, and I think that gives Victory the
Eli Freeman with the bloody nose is going to come out of the ballgame. Jacoby Hicks back in the ballgame. Caleb Calhoun, R.J. Wakely, both of them freshmen. John Michael Terria Jr. and Chris Crawford also on the floor, senior. So 2 seniors, and now here we go.
Chris Crawford bringing the ball down the court, looking to set up the offense.
Fifth.
Swinging the ball around. Down into the post, into Chris Crawford, swings it around to Jacoby Hicks, drives the ball, up and left-hand layup, good.
Wow, Jacoby Hicks.
Good spin move. The defender, number 43, was set up to take that charge, but he just pivoted around him, made a left-handed layup. Nice job there.
Nice job by Jacoby Hicks going into the paint. And it is 6 minutes and 54 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And here are the Yellow Jackets. And Chris Crawford almost got a steal. And the Kingfisher coach is just all over this official trying to get the call there, but no
They're
call.
trying to pick up that third foul on Chris here. And you could tell they were straight going at it. Chris did a good job, kept wide, didn't reach, moved his feet, and they got to travel. Good defense again by the Conquerors here.
All right, nice bit of sportsmanship by R.J. Wakely, helping up the Kingfisher Yellow Jacket, who has fallen to the ground. He helped her back up. Nice bit of sportsmanship shown by the Conquerors. 6 minutes and 31 seconds left. The Conquerors have a tenuous 2-point lead. By no means has it been easy, folks. 11-9 right now. The Conquerors are on top with 6 minutes and some change left to play in the second quarter. Inside of John Michael Terry. He looks around. He's going to drive to the hole, and he dribbles the ball on the baseline, and it's going to be a turnover.
And he's pivoting. He pivoted towards the baseline and just dribbled out of bounds. That's exactly what Kingfisher wants. He needs to pivot into the court, draw that double team so he can pass out of it.
All right, here's Kingfisher with the ball. Working inside a little back door. No good. Rebound. Jacoby Hicks. Off to Chris Crawford. Looking to move the ball up the court very quickly. Back over to R.J. Wakely. Takes the ball, trying to find a gap. No gap in the defense. Here comes Jacoby Hicks. Looking to throw the ball to Caleb Calhoun. A long three. Good! Wow! Freshman Caleb Calhoun got ice in his veins. Playing in the regional finals. Straight to three.
Great ball movement there. Swung it side to side. forced a double team, kicked it all the way across for a wide open three. Calhoun knocked it down.
Conquerors up by 5. Now inside shot, rebound, R.J. Wakely looks to move the ball up the court, hands off to Chris Crawford. Going to take a long three. Chris, no good. Rebound by Kingfisher. And he dribbles back up the half-court line, looking for a little bit of offense, trying to get a little bit of offense on Caleb Calhoun. Caleb kind of got in his way. Couldn't quite get his feet set up for the charge, but it looked like the shoulder was into the body. I mean, that could have gone either way.
It could have gone either way. If Calhoun would have just squared up just a little bit more, taken it just a little bit better, could have got that charge. And that's probably the last one he'll get there.
That's what we're going to get, a 1-and-1. 18 fouls on the Conquerors. And first one up and good. 4-point lead for the Conquerors. 5 minutes and 12 seconds left to play. And second free throw up and good. Conquerors up by 3. Tough game. Back and forth the whole game. We had it tied 7-7 at the quarter. And in the second quarter, the Conquerors have scored 7. And the Yellow Jackets scored 4. Here's R.J. Wakely with a long three. Good! Rattles home. I didn't think it was going to be good. I thought it was going to be long. And it rattled home. It was kind of a line drive three. But it was actually good. 17-11 now. Conquerors up by 6.
Chris Crawford, a good drive-in dish there, and they've got shooters out there. You just need to work that offense, wait for a good shot, and they did, and they knocked it down.
Well, I like what Chris Crawford can do. He can shoot that gap so easily, and if the defenders collapse on him, hit it back out to the wing, and that three-pointer's open. Here is the Kingfisher's best player. That guard throwing the ball around, driving in, trying to find the gap, trying to get that third foul on Chris Crawford.
See, and now if Kingfisher wants to play slow, they don't even need to get up and guard him. They've got the lead here.
Here's Kingfisher's ball up and no good rebound. Caleb Calhoun. Here's Chris Crawford. 2 on 3. No, nothing really right there. Here's Jacoby Hicks. He's going to take a long three. No good. And rebound Kingfisher. And a foul on John Michael Terry. He was trying to get out of the way. It looked like it suddenly.
He jumped, and that guy, as he's getting the rebound, backed into him and picked that up. He's going to have another 1-and-1 here.
And that's going to be 2 fouls on John Michael Terry. He's going to sit down. Into the ball game comes number 10, Emmanuel Adeshikon. And I tell you what, Emmanuel, we need some big minutes from you, buddy. 4 minutes left to go in this first half. The Conquerors up by 6, but at the free throw line, the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. First free throw up and good. Number 30's made 3 straight free throws now. 5 straight free throws.
Yeah, he seems to be their best player, and he plays a power forward. So he's getting all the rebounds, and he's making the easy buckets, and he's running the pick and roll out top.
He's also bringing the ball down. He is a good player. Kingfisher's got some good players here, folks. Conquerors up by 4. Here's Chris Crawford into the lane. Up and good. And Kingfisher coach is wondering, where is that offensive foul? Because Chris knocked over a couple of guys, maybe flopping a little bit there.
Well, it wasn't really a flop. It's just that their guards set up for that charge underneath the basket, and the ref's not going to give them that because they're coming underneath him after he's already left the ground. They're initiating a contact after Chris is already up in the air.
The offensive guy room to come down
with
the ball.
And it's the same principle in college or the pros where they've got the restricted area circle underneath there. They're not going to call it that far. The guards need to get up higher, and they need to take that charge higher. But what that does is if they come higher, then that gives Chris a chance to go around. It was a really good no call, but at the same time, it's still kind of risky because you never know what that ref is going to call. If he's not going to call it, if he's going to call a charge, if he's going to call a block. So if Chris sees those guys setting up, he might just need to do a little jump stop and a quick little jump shot in the lane, which he can make as well.
We've got a great halftime plan for you folks. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left to play. Mike McNamer is going to take over the halftime and sum up the girls' game. And look what the Conquerors have to do in this second half to beat a tenacious Kingfisher Yellow Jacket. A quick three outside, no good. Rebound, R.J. Wakely skies high for the rebound. Comes back down with it. Here's over to Caleb Calhoun. 2 freshmen on the floor. Over with senior Jacoby Hicks. Back over to R.J. Back over to Eli Freeman, sophomore. And they're just content to weave the ball around right there. We've got Chris Crawford on the bench, as well as Keith Calhoun. Both of them have 2 fouls. Here's Eli Freeman into the hole, no good. And rebound by Kingfisher. And now 3 minutes and 8 seconds left to play. And they're looking to kind of weave the ball around, slow the clock down.
Kingfisher still, they're running their slow, methodical defense. They're trying to get a pick and roll between their point guard and their best player, and he drives, and that was a tough call there. They called a block. Number 23, R.J. Wakely was set up outside the lane. I don't know how they called that one a charge there, or I called that one a block, but Kingfisher is going to get two free throws.
13-19, Conquerors up by 6. First free throw up, and was that good, Gabe? Did you see? They're not racking it up yet.
Looks like no good.
We were actually working our controls right here. Test. Yeah, I see my control.
Go ahead and turn me down.
Turning Gabe down a little bit. And
second free throw up and good, and it is 14-19. Victory's got the lead. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Chris Crawford just checked back in on that free throw.
All right, here we go. He's got the ball past the half-court line. 2 minutes 42. Clock is running. Conquerors up by 5. Conquerors looking to extend the lead here. Here we go. Over to Caleb Calhoun, freshman, in the ball game. 3 seniors in the ball game for the Conquerors. Caleb looking to dribble, and now he's taking the ball back out to Chris Crawford, who takes the ball 2:26, 2:25. Conquerors not in a hurry right here.
They're moving into a floor corner here. They're going to make someone come out and guard Chris.
And they're going to spread the floor as much as they can. Chris is going to go to the hole now. Up and good. Wow, Chris Crawford sees that lane right there. Chris fills in that gap. What a play by Chris
They're
Crawford.
spreading the defense out, so when Chris drives, that defender has to run all the way across the lane, and he couldn't get there in time to try and draw a charge.
Here is Kingfisher up and no good. Rebound, Jacoby Hicks. He brings the ball up to Caleb Calhoun.
And Victory gets this lead is making Kingfisher play faster, making them take shots that they're not ready for. And now Victory's got it again. They're looking to spread it out all over again.
Conquerors up by 7. Spreading the floor.
And look, they got number 30 set up right in the middle, but they're not going to come and guard Chris Crawford, and I think Coach Wakely's going to be okay just to wait.
And that's what he did against Memorial. When we played Memorial, that's what we did against other teams. We just spread the floor, let them come on out. Nobody's coming out to Jacoby Hicks. We're just going to run down the clock. A minute 16, a minute 15. Clock is running, and Kingfisher content now. Kind of a chess match game.
A little chess
both
match
coaches here. You know, what Kingfisher coach can do, what is the Victory coach going to do? Kind of a chess match going on here. Both coaches looking at each other, wondering what they're going to do. Mike, that's going to be some good analysis for you at halftime of actually what they were trying to think right there. 55, 54. Very interesting here. Here's Wakely calling to Chris Crawford. Still is, and all of the Kingfisher fans, their home court, they're saying boring.
But really, it's Kingfisher's defense that's not coming out to guard. It's very interesting here. And here comes Chris.
33
going to try to initiate something, but he's still just going to wait. What you want is you want to get Chris going to the basket. They're going to try and get one shot here. They're still spread out. Kingfisher's still not guarding Chris.
23, 21, 20.
Now they've got their shooters
19.
set up. They've got 2 shooters set up in the corner.
Chris is going to shoot the gap. If he's been double-teamed in the gap, he's going to shoot it out to R.J. Wakely or Caleb Calhoun. Here he goes. He's got a little bit of trouble. He's going to go in the gap. He takes it up, and no good. Rebound, R.J. Wakely. He's got the ball. No, it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Conquerors lose it. 0.9 seconds, a minute second left. Conquerors are going to take a 7-point lead into halftime.
1 second to go here. Don't think they'll be able to get a good shot, but you never know here.
Chris Crawford out of the game so he doesn't get a foul.
You just don't want to foul here and put them on the free throw line.
And here's the throw at the basket. No good. Conquerors clapping their hands, taking a 7-point lead. I'll tell you what, Gabe, we'll take it. We're going to turn this microphone headset over to Mike McNamer, who's going to give us the analysis of the first game, also sum up the girls' game that we just had right here. Mike's going to take over here at halftime. We appreciate everybody listening to us on the VCS live streaming network. And I'll tell you what, Mike, the Kingfisher student section is right here to our left, and we can hear them the whole game. How the Conquerors been playing in the first half?
It's been a struggle. Both teams struck first quarter. Victory comes out. We're only 3 for 10 from the field. John Michael Terry picks up a foul halfway through the second quarter. Chris Crawford, Keith Calhoun, our 2 big offensive guys, our 2 leaders out front, they pick up 2 fouls. But fortunately for Victory, Kingfisher is even colder. They go 2 for 7 in the first quarter. They go 0 for 5 in the second quarter. And the only thing that's kept Kingfisher even as close as they are, which is 14 points, is the fact number 30, the big senior center, Jay Sternberger, is 6 for 6 from the foul line. And Kingfisher, the 14 points, they've got 10 points from the foul line. But that was their modus operandi when they played Woodward in the regional semifinals. They got most of their points, especially in the second half of the free throw line. Victory's leading the game right now. They've got 10 rebounds, and Kingfisher has 9. Turnovers are 5 for Victory, 6 for Kingfisher. The reality is both teams come out really, really, really cold, colder than the weather is outside. Kingfisher and Victory faced each other last time we played the Yellow Jackets in a sport. We played them in the state quarterfinals 4 years ago when L.J. Ross was a junior, and we beat him 33-30. And then we went the next game in the semifinals. We played Oklahoma City Northeast in the stall game where they held the ball almost the second quarter. We only held it there for a minute. And if I'm Coach Ryan Wakely, I don't blame him. We've got a 7-point lead. We don't have to take the ball to them. We've got foul trouble. We don't want Chris with 3 fouls. John Michael and Keith are sitting on the bench. So, I don't blame them. 21-14. We said coming into the game that if Victory come out and play like they're supposed to, if we shot the ball well, that we shouldn't have that big of a problem. The reality is we're not shooting the ball well. Chris Crawford, our senior leader, averaging 20-25 points a game. He had last week and a half, 2 weeks in the regular season and then into the first part of the playoffs, been shooting the ball well from three-point line. He hasn't shot the ball well from three-point line. The only 2 to nail 3 so far for Victory tonight are Caleb Calhoun and R.J. Wakely. Let's turn our attention, though, to the really big news tonight so far. Ed Calhoun, what can we say about the coach? He brings the Lady Conquerors in here to play a very, very good, very tough Woodward team, bigger than them, probably a little bit more athletic. Casey Key, our senior leader, one of the best shooters in the state, is shut out. She makes no points. She makes no baskets. She takes no free throw attempts. Yet, with a minute to go in the game, Victory sits with a 7-point lead. Woodward takes it back to 2. We extend it to 4, and we hold out and win the ball game, 48-44. Giving us the date next Friday, or this Friday night at 6:30 at Edmond Memorial High School against perennial power Anadarko. Should be a great matchup, great game. Victory's got a couple days to prepare for that. Leading the way for the Lady Conquerors, Rayleigh Farquhar Jr. had 15 points, all from three-point line. She had 12 in the first half. And then we had senior guard, our leader, Loranda Thomas, with 15. I think one of the best coaching moves of the night, maybe this season, that we've seen Victory make this year is Coach Ed Calhoun made the decision that even though Loranda is our point guard for the last 4 years and our floor general, he makes the decision about midway through the second quarter because we haven't been able to get the ball in. We could get the ball inside but not score. He puts Loranda either at the high post or the low post, and Loranda is either to get easy baskets, get to the line, or dish it off to other cutters come to the basket. Maybe the one player that's going to get overlooked in the girls' victory is junior Maddie Rogers. Coming off the bench, Maddie finishes the night with 6 points, but she got 4 of them at a very, very critical juncture in the third quarter when Woodward had taken a lead. They took about a 5 or 6 point lead, and they were trying to get some distance, and Maddie comes in off the bench. She's more like she's a 5'8", 5'9" young lady. Is very good at taking the ball to the hole, especially off the left side of the court. She gets to the basket. She gets a couple baskets of one down the middle of the lane, kept us in contact, and then we were able to turn the tide. Couple big numbers. We talked about this. Shooting the ball, Victory won 16 for 41. Woodward was only 13 for 31. But the key here is the fact that Woodward only had 12 rebounds. Victory had 22, which gives us our extra shots on offense. Also, we only have 11 turnovers. Woodward has 18. That's another critical thing when extra possessions count. So great win for the Victory Conquer girls. Area finals. I don't know. This is my 15th year at Victory. I don't know that we've ever gotten to the area finals. We've been, I think, to the area consolation. Great opportunity for us to get to Oklahoma City for next week. As far as what we see coming ahead for the rest of this ball game, the Kingfisher boys are back on the floor. We've got about 4.5 minutes to go before the second half starts. The Kingfisher coach, on one hand, has to be really happy. Number 23, their senior point guard, Braden Shepard, has been able to get to the lane. He's been able to get to the hole. but he's not been able to convert. He's had a couple shots go in and out. You've got to be happy that Sternberger has been able to get to the line 6 times. But he also has to be concerned the fact that number 34, the best three-point shooter, Mason Overstreet, doesn't have a basket yet. He has to be concerned the fact that really nobody else has got any kind of offensive contribution for the Yellow Jackets. And the other thing that I might be concerned about if I was him is the fact that Victory can't shoot much worse. We shoot in the first half, Victory goes, we were 9 for 20, but most of us were in close. Victory's offense can only get better. Chris Crawford, Keith Calhoun can only get on track. So, it'll be interesting to see what tactics, what strategy that the Kingfisher coach come out with. I would imagine it's probably not going to be too similar. When I watched them play Woodward last week, I didn't see him really do any up-court pressure, so I don't know if they'll try to do that. They might try to do some half-court trap. Might be a bit of a challenge with the guard court that Victory has. As far as Ryan Wakely and the Conquerors are concerned, I don't see him being much different. I see him just being patient, sticking to the game plan. They've got the lead. They just need to make shots. The answer in following God is being led by the Holy Ghost, and the answer in basketball is here for all things, just making shots. We get Eli Freeman untracked, we get Keith and Chris untracked, and both of them knock down a couple 3-pointers and extend that lead, and it makes it really tough for the Yellow Jackets to come back and even make this and be able to win the ball game. So we got 2 minutes to go. Victory Conquerors are back on the court, warming up. Coach Wakely and the coaching staff back on the bench in the coaching box. I'm going to turn the mic back over to Mr. Al Cap and Mr. Gabe Cap. They do a great job. They're going to take you home. And I expect that the next time you hear their voices after tonight's game will be next Friday night. Won't hear me be on the road scouting, getting ready to go to Oklahoma City. So you guys have a great evening. It is truly a great day to be a Victory Christian School Conqueror. Here you go, Al. Back to you.
All right, folks, we are back on live here. 1:45 left to go in halftime. The Conquerors have a 7-point lead. And it's just a pleasure to bring you this game, folks. The girls' game was so exciting, I kind of lost my voice just a little bit. And if I talked a little bit too loud or sounded a little bit excited, I can't help it, folks. I'm kind of a Victory homer. I kind of just lose it there just a little bit. Especially when the Conquerors came back from 11 points down in the first half against the girls, against the Woodward Boomer girls, and they came back and won the game, folks. Played tough, two-man trapping court defense, and just took the game away from the Boomers. And I'll tell you what, you can really tell that we've got pretty good coaching now, Gabe. I mean, I'm not saying we didn't have coaching before, but Ed Calhoun, he really seems to know his stuff, when to take time out, when to put the girls in man-to-man, when to put them in the trapping half court, and it's successful. Who to have into the game, when to take them out because they're in foul trouble, and he does a good job. And now on the boys' side, with the boys coming up right here in the second half, Victory Conquerors up by 7, 21-14. The Conquerors playing pretty good defense because the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets have only scored 14 points.
Kingfisher is looking to keep this game low-scoring and to keep it close. They relaxed there and did exactly what Coach Wakely wanted. They extended that lead. Now it's going to make Kingfisher have to make some plays. But if Kingfisher doesn't come out and guard, I bet that Coach Wakely is going to be fine with letting that clock run with a lead.
All right, we're just about ready to get the third quarter throw-in. Chris Crawford with 2 fouls. John Michael Terry with 2 fouls. Keith Calhoun with 2 fouls. So we've got 3 starters with 2 fouls each. Certainly a concern for Coach Wakely. Chris Crawford now in quickly with the ball over to Eli Freeman. Inside to John Michael Terry. He thinks better of it and throws the ball back out to Keith Calhoun. But a nice little play by the Conquerors. They'll try to work the ball in. Here is Jacoby Hicks on a drive. No good. Couldn't finish near the rim.
Little drop step. Good move, but he kind of lost the ball on that left hand and missed a shot. But a good move, good offense there by the Conquerors.
In now to their best player. And basket's good and the foul.
He went right at John Michael Terry. You could tell he practiced that in practice. He didn't even get all the way turned around square and threw it up over his shoulder and made it. You could tell he's practiced that one a lot.
Sternberger, the Yellow Jackets' best player, got the ball inside and took it straight to John Michael Terry, up and good. And free throw no good.
That's 3 fouls on John Michael Terry, but I don't think Coach is going to take him out. They're going to let him play here.
Conquerors up by 5. 7 minutes, 14 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Chris Crawford's got the ball. Over to Eli Freeman. Now inside to Jacoby Hicks. Up and no good. Eli Freeman's got the ball. Up and no good. Rebound, Sternberger.
They're getting some good looks. You got to finish inside there.
Man, that player is all over the court. He's inside, he's outside, he's rebounding. He brings the ball up the court, too. Now inside to Sternberger. He's got the ball again. Drips in, no good. Rebound and over the back. Wow. Jacoby Hicks hit his head hard on a hard fall. That'd be a flagrant one, don't you think, in the NBA game?
Yeah, he reached all the way around him and pulled him all the way down, and he just barely missed that drop step. They're going to have to get around and front him. That's only his first foul because his pace has been so slow.
All right, here comes the Conquerors now. Keith Calhoun's got the ball. Over to Chris Crawford. 6 minutes, 35 seconds left to play. Chris Crawford, quick three, no good. Bounced out to the Yellow Jackets. They've got the ball now. I thought Jacoby Hicks was going to get it, but no.
Quick shot there by the Conquerors. They need to work some clock every time they get the ball.
Here is the Yellow Jackets, content to just pass the ball around. The guard's taking the ball, dribbling a couple of dribbles, trying to go into the gaps, trying to find that gap inside the defense and dish it back out to the wing. And here's a three-pointer by the Yellow Jackets, up and good. And now the Yellow Jackets are within 2. Conquerors were up by 7. Now up by 2. Here is Eli Freeman over to Keith Calhoun. He's going to drive the lane over to Jacoby Hicks, who thinks about a three but doesn't get it. And now here is Keith Calhoun over to Eli Freeman. Over to Chris Crawford, who gets the ball. Double teamed right there, back over to Jacoby Hicks. Here is Keith Calhoun. Quick little jump and a bank. Inside right there. Inside about the free throw line. And he banks it home. Conquerors up by 4. 5 minutes, 26 seconds left to play.
Has good offense there, being patient there. Kingfisher's really doing a good job of denying Chris the ball and not giving him any lanes to drive.
Here is the Yellow Jackets. Sternberger out. A little short three ball. And going to be picked up by Chris Crawford. He's got a little bit of a head start. He's going to go straight to the hole. Up and good. Lays it in. Nice coast-to-coast steal by Chris Crawford. Lays it up and in. Conquerors back up by 6.
That's what they need to do. They need to force some turnovers, let Chris get out and run.
Conquerors up by 6. 4 minutes, 53 seconds left to play. Here is the Yellow Jackets. Throw the ball, and it's going to stay here. Last touch by Keith Calhoun.
Good help defense there. Got his hand on it. Knocked that out of bounds. Now watch for an inside pass right into the post here.
Here it is, that pass into Sternberg, but he doesn't get it.
And Wakely knew that play was coming, called it out, and Keith just jumped up and grabbed that pass. Good defense.
Nice one-handed catch and bring back down by Keith Calhoun. Over to Jacoby Hicks, and a steal by the Yellow Jackets, but knocked out of bounds. And Coach Wakely is admonishing Jacoby Hicks to throw that a little bit more, with a little bit more determination to get it to Chris, because it was kind of a weak pass.
As soon as Chris starts to drive, he starts to see a double team come at him. So they're actually trying to take the ball out of his hand, then bring it back to him on the opposite side where he's got less of a double team or it takes longer for it to get there.
Here's Jacoby Hicks now. He's got the ball back over to Eli Freeman. Conquerors up by 6. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to play in the third quarter. So a lot of basketball left. He's got the ball. Spreading the floor just a little bit. 4 corners. Jacoby Hicks with the ball. Now back off to Keith Calhoun. Content to dribble the ball in his corner. Nobody coming out at him. He's just going to hold the ball. He's going to keep dribbling. He's going to dribble by himself into that corner. 3 minutes, 48 seconds, 47, 46. Conquerors are actually pretty good at this offense. Here comes a little bit of pressure now. He's got a 1 count, a 2 count. Now back out. Here's Keith Calhoun, a very, very good dribbler. Going to be the Conqueror point guard next year, I think. Here's off to John Michael Terry. And he gets the ball to Keith Calhoun, who dribbles inside the lane, and he travels, and a turnover. He should have gone up with it, or should have passed it out. He didn't really know what to do when he saw that double team inside the paint game.
Yeah, he really was just dribbling a little too much there. Kind of got lost with it, tried to do something, wasn't quite exactly sure what to do. And that's what Kingfisher wants. They want to force unforced turnovers and try to get that ball back.
Here's Sternberg inside the paint, up and no good. Rebound, Chris Crawford. Inside to Jacoby Hicks, who lays it up, no good. Almost got the quick pass and bucket. And now here is Keith Calhoun going to pick up a quick blocking foul.
And Victory, they're trying to play fast. They just missed about 3 layups here that could really blow this game open. You could take a 6-point lead to a 12-point lead real quick and really put a lot of pressure. They haven't been able to finish inside yet.
6-point lead, 3 minutes left. Yellow Jackets with the ball, passing it back and forth. Third foul on, and that's got to be a travel on him. And now he calls a on-the-floor foul. It looks like on Jacoby Hicks. Let's see who they're going to call. Yeah, Jacoby Hicks. That's his first personal. Still two fouls on R.J. Wakely. He's into the ball game. And now here's Sternberg with the ball, and they're going to call a foul on Emmanuel Adeshikon. And really, that wasn't much of a foul there. Gabe, he stood his ground, and Sternberg bumped into him.
Sternberg initiated the contact, but when he did that, and Adeshikon didn't have the position, it makes an easy call for an official there, and usually that's going to be the right call. It's a tough call because sometimes they don't call it, but they're calling it tight right now because of this slow pace of the game.
Missed the first free throw, and now the second free throw coming up. 2 minutes and 47 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Second free throw up and no good. First rebound to R.J.
Wakely. Game might be getting a little tired here.
All right, here we go. Conquerors with the ball. Let's see if they spread it out again. It doesn't look like they're going to. They're into their half-court offense. Here's Emmanuel Adeshikon with the ball. Chris Crawford in with the ball. He takes the ball, dribbles back out. Now he just about throws it away. Jacoby Hicks. Back over to Chris Crawford. And now here is Chris looking to just dribble the ball inside his corner. Conquerors are up by 6. Why be in a hurry? 19-25. A low-scoring game, but a game in which the Conquerors still control. And now here's Eli Freeman. He takes the ball inside, up and no good. And rebound, Yellow Jacket.
Another missed paint layup. That's at least 5 now. The Victory's missed. Points off the board, keeping Kingfisher in this game, in this tight game here.
Here is Kingfisher off to the guards, just weaving it back and forth outside the three-point line. Now inside to Sternberger. Back off to one of their guards. Takes a shot. Here's their three-shooter. Up, no good. It looked good from here, folks. But it bounced off the front back of the rim to a Conqueror. Now here's Chris Crawford with the ball quickly across half-court line. He dribbles the ball at the three-point line and brings it back out to his corner. Here he is now back at the top of the key. Takes a shot, a quick little jumper. No good. Inside rebound by Sternberg.
They're kind of baiting him into a shot there. Chris is kind of getting tired of this pace.
And now
they want to run.
Quick foul. Chris Crawford wants to run too. He's going to take the ball inside, and he's going to get no good. And rebound by Eli Freeman. Up, and we're going to get a jump call. That's actually what I thought it was going to be too, Gabe. A jump call. The defender had his hand on the ball when Eli Freeman was trying to go up for an easy jump ball call, and the ball goes over to the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and that was a tough call. Chris had a good drive. Number 30 tried to draw that same block charge and didn't get the call, and Coach Wakely has given the referee a piece of his mind, and I agree with it. Chris got the same kind of contact that Adeshikon had, and he didn't get anything. They called a no call there.
A minute left to go in the third quarter. Inside to Sternberg, and he scores. 25-21 now. Conquerors up by 4. 53 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Conquerors had a 7-point lead, now dwindled down to a 4-point lead. We're looking to have a bucket. Chris Crawford dribbling tiredly. Looks like he's been up and down the court, sucking some air here a little bit. And now, dribble, he's got a man on him. And haven't got a 5 count yet. Here's Chris Crawford inside the lane. He's going to go back up and in and scores. Nice little inside the paint score by Chris Crawford. Back up to a 6-point lead.
What was great about that, as soon as he got around that point guard, he stayed patient, then took just a little jump shot in the middle of the lane.
And here's a turnover by Chris Crawford. He's going to get the ball, bring the ball down across the half-court line. He's going to go straight into the hole. Up and good! Scores on a nice little floater. What a play by Chris Crawford. 1 second left. Here's a long throw. No good. The Conquerors now have an 8-point lead. 29-21 going into the fourth quarter.
That was a big swing there for Victory. They only had a 4-point lead, and then 2 quick baskets by Chris Crawford extend that lead. An 8-point lead seems like a big lead right now, but really Kingfisher, they could be kicking themselves for that last minute of the quarter, but they can't be too upset being down 8 here when they've controlled the tempo, they've kept the pace low, and they're just hoping that they have a better fourth quarter than Victory does here, and they can get Victory to take some bad shots. They can get some more fouls. Victory's in a little bit of foul trouble here, but really not too much. It's going to be a really interesting fourth quarter here.
All right, well, the Conquerors are kind of in the driver's seat here with having some really good guards that can spread the floor out in this fourth quarter. And that is, Coach Wakely has shown that kind of an offense here already, once in the second quarter and once in the third quarter already. So whether they do that or not, we've got a pretty good crowd here on hand. This is at Kingfisher. Victory's playing Kingfisher, so there's a large student section here that are to our left and just putting the hammer to the vocal on every single play and every single call. And there's a pretty good crowd here from Victory, parents and some administration is here and stuff like that. And we got some students that came to the game. But really, this is a 2-hour and 40-minute drive from Victory, and so and a school night. So the Conquerors, they can get out of here with the win, are going to go to the area finals on Friday night, 8 o'clock game at Edmond Memorial against Anadarko. The boys would play Anadarko. Here's a shot inside by Caleb Calhoun, no good. And rebound by the Yellow Jackets. They're bringing the ball up, down by 8. Fourth quarter just underway. And they are content to take the ball inside. Here's a pass inside. Now back off to Kingfisher. They get the rebound inside to Sternberg. Takes the ball up and scores. Man, he's quite a player, Dave.
Yeah, he definitely is. And that's what Victory doesn't want. He's getting that drive. He can finish over these Victory players. He's just as tall as a Deshakan. He can jump just as high. He's really a good player. He's got good moves around the rim. It's a 6-point lead here. Kingfisher took a quick timeout so they can set their defense again. What's really key is Victory can get around that first defender. They can get around that point guard. Chris can get it, but it's what you do second after that. Are you drawing that second defender? Are you getting a post open? But then are you finishing that basket? Victory hasn't finished all game yet. We need them to finish a couple of baskets.
All right, folks. Well, here we're winding down to the last several minutes. 29-23. Conquerors up by 6. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in this fourth quarter. Conquerors win. They play Friday in the area finals. Conquerors lose. They have to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday just to go to state. And so here is Chris Crawford. He's got the ball. Throws it over to Keith Calhoun. Takes the ball. He's back in the ball game with 2 fouls. Here's Chris Crawford. A long three, no good. And a rebound by the Yellow Jackets. And they're going to bring the ball up past the half-court line. So a shot, no good. And now here are the Yellow Jackets with the ball down by 6. Spreading the ball around. I don't know why that three-point shooter didn't take it right there. He had a wide-open shot. That's kind of his shot. He's looking to go baseline. Now back over to the point guard who's going to bring the ball back around. Yellow Jackets content to find that gap inside the Conqueror defense. Now back off to their point guard. Point guard's looking to find that gap. They get screen set by the forwards, and if the defender doesn't come up and double team, Yvonne takes it back out. Sternberg's got the ball again. In and good. Drips that ball in. 2 quick baskets by them, and now it is a 4-point game, 29-25.
Kingfisher's playing this one stop at a time, one bucket at a time. They're playing methodical defense, methodical offense. The Kingfisher coach is really just hoping that Victory throws up a bad shot here. Victory really needs to be patient and go get a good basket.
All right, so that's what they're going to do. They're going to kind of spread the floor a little bit. Chris Crawford with the ball at the three-point line. Throws up a little floater, up and no good, but rebound, Sternberg. He's got the ball, 4-point lead for the Conquerors. I'm not quite sure I like how this is playing out, Gabe. I'm a little bit nervous right now.
Kingfisher's going to move that ball. They're going to run their offense. They're going to try and get a good basket here.
And 3-point shot, no good. Rebound, Chris Crawford. Dribbles the ball between 3 players. He's going to go straight into the hole, up and good. Basket good. Wow. Chris Crawford, major league move there, Gabe.
You know, that's what they call a Euro step. You only see a couple people do that, where he steps awkwardly through the defender with the off foot, and he finishes it. It kind of looks like a travel, but if you slow it down, you see James Harden doing that a lot. That was a really good move. That's the only way you can sidestep through that defender.
Wow. Chris Crawford putting on a show here. The ORU signee is showing his stuff.
And I know Coach Sutton over at ORU is going to be happy to have somebody to push the ball and to play defense.
He's got 18 points to lead the Conquerors scorers. Here is Kingfisher now with the ball. Shoots a three. It's a long 3-2 and good. 28-32. Chris Crawford just hit a three-point play, and Kingfisher comes back and answers right back. Conquerors up by 4, and Kingfisher not going anywhere. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left to play. Here's Chris Crawford looking to dish the ball off to R.J. Wakely. R.J. Wakely got the ball, top of the key, looking to dribble step. R.J. Wakely hit a three earlier.
Victory still just needs to be patient here. They need to just run their offense, wait for a good shot.
Being up by 4, wide drive into the hole and get a charging foul. Here's Chris Crawford. He's going to do just that. He's going into the hole, and it is a charging foul. Chris Crawford picks up his 3rd foul.
And then they're waiting for it. They're waiting for him to drive. They're sliding over. Now, I still think that was the same play where he slid underneath the goal. I don't like that call, but they're looking to call it in high school. There is no restricted area.
All right, here's Sternberg with the ball at the three-point line. He passes up the 3. Looks back over to the point guard. Back at the top of the key. And they're just content to run a little bit of clock here, set their offense.
They're going to try and get the best shot they can. They're going to run their offense all the way through. They're going to try and get it down to Sternberger inside or swung around for an open 3.
They get the ball inside. Sternberger's got the ball, takes the ball up and no good. Rebound, Kingfisher, no good. Rebound, Kingfisher and a foul. 2 shots coming up. This is playing straight into Kingfisher's hands, Gabe. This is what they wanted. They're out rebounding the Conquerors inside. Conquerors aren't boxing out. They missed the ball. That's 2 offensive rebounds on Kingfisher, and it went against the Conquerors. And now we've got a 2 free throws for the Yellow Jackets.
They're making Victory guard every spot on the floor. That interior pass didn't go to the best player. It went to their second post player, and Victory wasn't ready for that because they were just going through the motions here.
Emmanuel Adeshikon out of the game, into the ball game number 5. John Michael Terry, 3 fouls, no points for Terry so far in this game. Here's the second free throw up and no good. Rebound, Keith Calhoun. Chris Crawford the ball. Conquerors up by 3. 3 minutes, 42 seconds left to play. And this is kind of where Victory tenses up just a little bit, Gabe. They did it last year in the state ball game where they tensed up just a little bit, down by a point or 2, and then who was going to take the shot? Who was going to take the shot? Chris took a shot, missed it, and then everybody tensed up. We got some good players on the field, on the court right now. We've got R.J. Wakely, a good scorer, and now almost a turnover, but a kick, but no call.
They really need to get the ball back into Chris's hands here. Let him dribble that.
Here's Chris Crawford into the hole, up and no good. Rebound, Sternberg. He gets the ball. He's going to dribble past the half-court line. They are down by 3. He looks like he's going to take a 3. Up and good. Down by 1 now. Conquerors are calling timeout. And the Victory Conquerors are on the ropes here. 2 minutes and 57 seconds left to play. Up by 1, though, with the ball.
You can tell Victory is frustrated. They're not used to playing this slow. And you have to be playing against this defense. This defense is playing stretched out, but they're not giving any drives in. Their best players are staying in. They're running a matchup man, but their best player, Sternberger, he's filling that lane every time Chris drives. And Chris missed a couple of baskets. I think we've missed probably 6 inside layups that we need to finish here. We really need to get a good play. But at the same time, we need to wait for a good shot. We still need to get a shot. I'm not saying to hold the ball, but we need to wait and get a good shot. We need to have a good drawn-up play, take about a minute off the clock, get the defense moving side to side, get that big man Sternberger away from a goal. That way Chris can drive, and we need him to finish one.
Conquerors up by 1. Full timeout taken by R.J. Wakely. Momentum is clearly swung to the Yellow Jackets. Conquerors need to make a basket. They're going to get the ball at the half-court line, and they clearly need to get a basket. R.J. Wakeland, freshman, into the ball game. Keith Calhoun, junior, into the ball game. Eli Freeman into the ball game, a sophomore. Chris Crawford, senior, and Jacoby Hicks also in the ball game for the Conquerors. Here we're setting a pick. Chris Crawford into the lane, and it's in and good. Needed
that. The foul there, too.
Needed that basket.
That's a good drive by Chris.
Chris was hammered on the arm, had a little continuation right there, and made the basket with just sheer skill. And now and it's thrown out of bounds, but tapped by R.J. Wakely, so it's going to be their ball again. 34-31, 2 minutes, 27 seconds left to play. Conquerors up by 3.
Going to try a lob here.
Here's the lob into Sternberg. And stolen by R.J. Wakely. Here goes Chris. Chris is at the half-court line. He's got the ball. He's going to take it straight to the hole. In and no good. And they call a travel on Chris Crawford. I didn't really see it. We had a lot of defenders in our way, so we couldn't see it, but the referee called it. So I'm going to believe it was a travel.
He kind of got pushed there, and it kind of made him slide that foot as he was taking a step. And he was trying to finish through too many people. And that was a pretty good call. But a tough play there because he could have called a foul.
All right, here is Kingfisher now with the ball down by 3. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to play. There's Sternberg, but basket no good. Wow.
Just a good play by Kingfisher. They're just running that post player across the lane. He's getting a little screen, got the ball inside, and you can tell that's all he does. He practices that over the shoulder hook shot, and he's getting that foul there.
First free throw up and good. He is going to bring the Yellow Jackets within 1 with the next made free throw.
Need a box out here. You don't want to give an offensive rebound.
They are tough at offensive rebounds. Up and good. No full court pressure, but a timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets, folks. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to play. It is too close for me. What an exciting game. The girls' game was extra exciting. The boys' game is super exciting here. I tell you what, folks, I'm about to lose my voice. We've got a long drive back to victory here. About a 2-hour and 30-minute drive. We're going to stop at McDonald's on the way back. And, you know, bus drivers eat free. So, you know, hey, you gotta kind of give into that one. And drove the fan bus and the cheerleaders here. And so happy to be here. Happy to bring this broadcast to you. Victory live streaming. You can actually email us at vcslivestreaming@gmail.com. vcslivestreaming, livestreaming@gmail.com. Let me know that you are listening to the ball game, and let us know how we're doing. And I'll tell you what, if we get that email, I'll give you a shout-out. If not, I'll check it tomorrow, and I'll give you some extra credit. If you're a student at VCS, you're in my classroom, I can get you some extra credit if you let me know that you are listening to the live stream. All right, Conquerors up by 1. Conquerors have the ball.
And 2 minutes to go here. And again, just like with 4 minutes to go, you just want to run your offense and get a good shot. You don't have to take the first shot you see. You're up by 1 here. But you don't want to take a bad shot. You don't want to have a turnover. You don't want to give Kingfisher a chance to steal this game right now. They're going to be, you want to drive, but they're going to be sagging over. So, Chris, you don't want to pick up an offensive side. You want to get to a shooter. Do you want to make them collapse on a shooter? Do you want to move it around here? We'll see what Coach has drawn up.
All right, here we go. Kingfisher last led 5-2, and then the Conquerors caught back up for a 7-7 tie at the end of the first quarter. And the Conquerors have led all the way since and still have a 1-point lead with 2 minutes left to play. Here's Chris Crawford with the ball. He's dribbling, finding that little alley that he can take. Now a 5 count gets started. Here's Chris Crawford into the lane. Jacoby Hicks got it! That was a great play there.
They ran a pick and roll with Jacoby Hicks. He set up on the block. Chris got around his defender, threw one, and dished it off for a bucket. Let's see if Victory can get a stop now.
All right, Jacoby Hicks with 6 points. Back off to the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets now. Content to throw the ball outside. They're down by 3 with 1:26 left to play. And so here's a steal by the Conquerors off to Chris Crawford, who gets the ball thrown away. Chris was already up in the air for an alley-oop, and the ball was just over his head, and he couldn't come down and move his feet to go get the ball.
They were trying to outlet that pass, and Jacoby Hicks probably should have just held on to it.
Yeah, and run some clock. Run some clock. They were looking for the quick bucket to get up by 5. 2-possession game. They missed that opportunity. Here comes Kingfisher now, taking the ball inside. Here's their 3-point shooter. Good. Tied the game. 106 left to play. 104. 103. 103. One shot here. Here is R.J. Wakely with one shot, one finger holding up there. And here's Chris Crawford. Look, don't get it stolen, Chris.
But you don't want to happen
49,
too early.
48, 47. Chris Crawford, ORU signee with the ball. Conquerors have a 36-36 tie. 37, 36 left to go.
They are trying to set up for one shot here. You don't want to go too early and give Kingfisher a chance.
Here's a little floater, good. Conquerors up by 2. Timeout, R.J. Wakely. Wow, 27 seconds now. You know what beats the Conquerors?
A three-pointer.
A three-pointer.
In the home gym, anybody on this floor can hit a three-pointer one time to win this for the home team.
Anybody can hit a three-pointer to win it for the home team.
It's this is exactly what Kingfisher wants, though. They wanted that shot to go up, so they have about 30 seconds left. You know what? I think they might try to run this clock down and take a three-pointer for the win and upset the Conquerors here. They know that they can't run with them, and I think they're either going to try to go inside and get an and one for Sternberger, but I think they're going to use a little bit of clock here, too.
Sternberger's their best player. He has
18 points.
18 points. Chris Crawford has 22. Jacoby Hicks, 6. Keith Calhoun, 2 points, and 3 points for R.J. Wakely on the court right now.
What you've really got to do is you've got to deny Sternberger the ball on that block. You've got to have somebody fronting him, but then what that might do is that might get a shooter open.
All right, so here we go, 24, 23, 22. Kingfisher with the ball, bringing it past the half-court line. Now back over the three-court line, and they're going to take a shot inside the paint. Up and no good. Rebound, Sternberger. He's going to get the ball back and into the Conquerors. No good. Rebound by Chris Crawford. Rebound Chris Crawford and a foul. Rebound Chris Crawford and a foul.
Now Kingfisher only has 2 fouls. There's only 7 seconds left, so they're going to have to get the ball in and foul. They're going to have to foul 4 more times here.
Timeout. Kingfisher, and I'll tell you what, now Gabe, let's just set it up right here. There's 7 seconds left to play. Conquerors up by 2 with the ball. Conquerors up by 2 with the ball. What do they need to do to win this game?
Well, what they've got to do is they've got to inbound that into some space and run clock. Kingfisher has to foul or they have to get a steal. So they're going to be going for everything. You don't want to run too many screens in between to where you're going to get a double team and you can get a bad pass. I'd isolate Chris, run him as a decoy, bring Jacoby Hicks to the ball, make them try to foul. There's only 7 seconds left, so you don't even really have enough time to tie up the ball at this point. But you never know what could happen in the other team's gym here, too.
They do a pretty good job on an inbound play where Jacoby Hicks sets a screen for Chris Crawford. And then he rolls off that screen, gets the ball, throws it right back to Chris Crawford. Yeah, so they got a pretty good inbound pass play that I've seen him run. Look at Jacoby Hicks right there. On his guy. He'll probably set a screen for Chris's guy, and then roll off that and get the ball. Okay, into Chris Crawford. 7 seconds left to play, and he's going to get and shoot.
No, see,
now 5 seconds left to play, and
Kingfisher has to foul 3 more times in 5 seconds.
And that's going to be run a second or 2 off each time.
Yeah. Now Victory still just has to inbound this into the backcourt. Having trouble here. And the inbound pass bubbled out of bounds by the Conquerors. Kingfisher's got the ball 4 seconds and a chance to win this game.
All right. Timeout by the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets.
And tough play there. Chris Crawford got double-teamed when he tried to drop into the backcourt. Now with 4.1 seconds, Kingfisher's going to inbound the ball just a little bit behind half court, so they're going to have to inbound it forward, get a screen, and get a shot for the win. This is exactly what Kingfisher wants. They want a chance to win this game.
All right, who's the hero going to be for Kingfisher? They're going to do it. And I'll tell you what, folks, I don't want them to hit the 3, but it would be something for this crowd to go wild with the 3 right here. I don't want to see it.
Heartbreaking.
It would be heartbreaking for the Conquerors. Well, I'm so sorry, folks. I am a victory homer. But, man, I tell you what, we're sitting right next to the Yellow Jacket student section, and they have just been given the business to the Conquerors all game long. And I tell you what, this is hard to see what's going to happen here. 38-36. Conquerors up by 2.
Well, let's see what kind of play they run up. They've got some shooters.
4 seconds left to play. And they're going to try again. Now they get a 3-point foul, and they got to shoot 3 free throws. They don't want to foul, and now they're going to take a timeout. So Wakely saw the offense that they were going to try and inbound on. He took a timeout.
What they did was they set their post, it's a non-shooting post, up at the three-point line. They set Sternberger, their best player, all the way down, which means they were going to set a screen for him to come all the way up here, get that ball with 4 seconds. He's going to drive to the basket, or he's got 2 shooters on each side. So now Wakely's going to set that up, and he's going to tell them what he thinks they're going to do. They're going to try to set up that defense to block it. If they can get a hand on a pass, if they can get that ball out of those best players' hands and make them throw up a rush shot. But you don't want to foul here, but you don't want to give up an open three either, or an open layup if they get it down low.
The Yellow Jackets only need a 2 to tie. So a myriad of plays they could actually run right here. And here it is. 4 seconds left to play, folks. Conquerors up by 2. Here we go. Kingfisher going to inbound the ball. A throw to Sternberger. And it's going to be a turnover by the Conquerors. Here's a shot. No good. Conquerors win. No good, and he had an open shot. It looked like the three was going in, Gabe. It looked like it was in.
That was too close.
It was a miss. It was a miss. I'm grabbing my fellow broadcasters by the shoulders, saying, steady me just a little bit.
And that's exactly what Kingfisher wanted. They wanted a shot to upset the Conquerors, the favorites here, and they almost got it. What a game. Victory survived, but I know it was way too close to for comfort here, and I know it was for everybody listening back home.
And now they're going to give the plaque to the Victory Conquerors here. Both teams are out on the field. Wow, what a game by Kingfisher. What a game by the Conquerors. They're saying a quick prayer at the half-court line. And the EA announcer is giving a congratulations to the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets.
What a game, what a game. Kingfisher played their game. They kept it low scoring. They stayed right in it. They had a couple of good players, but they didn't want to go fast. Victory stayed with it. They got some buckets. They missed a lot of shots. If they would have made some of the easy buckets they missed, they win this game by 10 points.
All right, Conquerors now to Friday. And Scott Olinsky says thanks. Good job to Gabe and Al right here. Okay, so thank you, Scott, for listening. Bruce Atterbury, also thank you for listening. He stayed with us to the end of the broadcast. Appreciate you listening to us, folks. We're going to sign off.
Coming back on Friday.
Come back on Friday to Edmond Memorial. We're going to broadcast both of those games starting at 6:30 and 8 o'clock. And we're going to do that, folks. I'll tell you what, we're going to sign off. You're listening to the Victory Live Streaming Network.